I could go through a whole day without having to fix something. But I'm going to have to fix something. I'll show you when we get there. I was just mowing along and just enjoying the day. And then a tree fell, a dead tree, fell across the mower and conveniently broke this fitting off of this really long fitting. So I know I'm not going to find that anywhere in Knox. So I think I'm going to have to get creative. But luckily, the nice thing is this hose only runs to this block right here. So I don't have to take all the hoses off all the way up there, all the way to down here. I just have to take this short hose off, which that is convenient. I'm glad that they done that way. So if you do break a hose, you don't have to replace a 20-foot long hose if you have it plumbed up like I do. So I'm gonna grab some tools and we'll get this taken apart. Well, I grabbed the gear wrench tool set out of the truck. This thing's come in very handy. We're going to start by taking these bolts off, getting this fitting unbolted off the motor, because we're going to have to take it back to the shop. And I think what I'm going to do is I got to looking at it, and I think I can weld that fitting back on and be able to keep mowing today. I think I can make it happen. I got, believe it or not, I got a little faith in myself on this one. I have a, whoops, oh man. I have to get a mule wipe for that. Now these are flat face O-ring style fittings in here, so there's going to be an O-ring in here I got to take out. Basically, we'll just loosen the bottom clamp, take the top one completely off. Worst part was I had to walk clear across the field to go get my pickup. I'm a little overweight and out of shape for that. Good exercise, I guess. Okay, there's the O-ring. So we'll take this back to the shop with us. Now let's see if we can get that hose off on the other end. Okay, so I ended up getting the hose off that I need off. It wasn't very much fun. I had to take these other two off in order to get the wrench in there to get this one. That one won't come out because the adapter's spinning in the valve block. So instead of messing with that one, I just took these other two off and came in from this side and got at this one. So when I go back to the shop, I'm going to grab me an offset wrench to put it back together instead of using a heavy adjustable wrench, because that kind of made it a bear. So, okay, I'm going to take this back to the shop and get her fixed up and we'll get back at it. Okay, so the solution I came up with for our broken off fitting, here is the original piece, and that was actually a pipe thread fitting on the end of the hose. So this broke off of here. So if I welded this to this, I wouldn't be able to swivel this anymore if I needed to adjust the hose, because the hose has a 90 where it goes into the valve block. So since I wouldn't be able to adjust that if I didn't get this quite right, that hose wouldn't have enough twist in it to get it back on the valve block. So the solution we came up with is we went to Napa and we got a crimp on hose end. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to cut the crimp off here. Going to slide this inside my steel tube like so, bring that down to there, grind these off a little bit, and grind these off a little bit, and then what I'll do is I'll just weld all the way around there. That way we still have a swivel in on the end of our fitting so that we can put this on and we can still be able to turn that hose to make the 90 on the other end line up the way it needs to. So got the Milwaukee grinder and I got the Milwaukee die grinder. I'm going to use those two to get this crimp cut off and get this prepared to weld it on. So I'm going to let Dad strengthen the 2940 out the door first, and then we'll get working on this. He's going to take it out and pressure wash it, then we're going to bring it back in and put the hood all back on it. Let's get this cut off. Should pry off. Pry open. Nope. I didn't cut it deep enough. There we go. That's what I wanted. Perfect. Now, take this. Okay, we're going to have to cut that off some more. But that's what we need to do. That'll work perfect. Now, actually I can cut some more of that off. So I'm going to trim that up some more and then I'll set the welder up and we'll get her welded in. So as you can see, we'll have plenty of place for the weld to go around there. And we'll just weld that all back together and marry it together and it'll look real nice and hold real nice and get some good penetration on it. So I'm going to get the welders set up and we'll get that welded up. Okay, so I got it all tacked up and I'm going to start welding it up. Well, I got her all put back together, got behind in my video because I'm in kind of a hurry, but it's welded back up. It's not the prettiest, but it'll be sealed up. I ground it all off, cleaned it up. So I think it'll be just fine. So we're going to take it back over and put her back on. Okay, so we're back at the excavator now. I done the hard part. I put the line back on the valve body already with the mower. Now we'll do the easy part. We'll put our fitting back on. Make sure there's no schmutz in that hole. Make sure everything's clean. Everything looks good. Put this back in here. Flip this up. Oop. There. Well, that's okay. Where are we going back down in there? There we go. There we go. That's wonderful. Get our bolts back in our clamps here. Now this is where I was talking that it'd be tricky if we had to weld that back on because of where this was aimed and conjunction with where the hose would be at, because of the hose having a 90 on it. Mower's a little slick on top. She's a little oily. That's alright. The snow and dust and whatnot, that'll get that oil off. I like these gear wrench wrenches. They're a nice wrench. I like the whole set, really. They do a good job. Okay, now we'll get our hose back on, which it is stiff. And to make putting the hoses back on that valve body easier, I brought offset wrenches. So that definitely helped. I didn't have to use the heavy crescent wrench that I was using, or adjustable wrench I should call it. I'll just hold up on this one a little. There we go. Now we can put oil back in it. I don't think we lost a whole lot, but a little bit of oil makes a pretty good sized mess. So we'll put oil back in it, and we'll run her and make sure she's good. We'll get back to mowing some brush. We're going to add some oil because it is a little low. So, got the impact. We got to take the top of the tank off here to add. You should always, before you take the tops of these tanks off, hit this button to release any tank pressure that there might be. Because if not, you take the bolts out and it'll go and just shit will go everywhere. Yeah, we're a little low. We're not extremely low. It was a little low to begin with. Trying to see, I don't actually have it in the proper position to check it, because the boom and stick need to be down and the bucket curled all the way up, but you can't do that quite with a mower. So me go grab a little more oil, and that should fill it. Well, here we go. Let's give her another try. Put her back together. No leaks. See what happens. Oh, need to shut my sunroof here. Okay. Yep, no leaks. We're good. Oh, and them sassafras is off. Pulverizing them up a little bit to get rid of them. So everything looks good. Still got some oil dripping off. That's got to drip off for a while. Now we don't plan on farming any of this right here. We just want to cut it back so it's not hitting the combines and getting the markers on the corn planter, stuff like that. Let's come this way. So what I'm trying to do is trying to direct it the way it falls into the fence row here, and then I'll mulch it up in the fence row. If it's big stuff, I flip it out, and Dad's strength comes along with the grapples on the loader, and we'll take it and pile it and probably burn it. But if I can get it to fall up in here, I just go along and mulch it up. I just wish these diamond mowers had some kind of like mulching teeth under the bar that the blade swings on, just so when that stuff lays flat, it'll re-grab it and kind of suck it up and grind it up. Thought about calling Diamond and seeing if we could come up with a design to put like my feller buncher teeth on the bottom side of there, like their mulching heads have. So it's kind of cool. Inside Edition Digital sent me links that I posted on my Facebook page that of me plowing snow in the Panda mask. It's kind of cool that they shared my video on their YouTube page. I don't know if it's gonna make me famous, but who knows. So if anybody wants to check that out, head over to my Facebook page. Just look for Brandon Shannon on Facebook and you'll find me. And if you got Facebook, go ahead and friends request me. But you can check out that Panda video on there. It's pretty cool. I'm going to try to figure out how to put it on my Instagram. And Cherry, we're going to have to nip him off. There we go. We'll flip that out and let Dad's strength carry it away with the loader. Get to sassafras on the other side of it. Chew him up, get rid of him. But yeah, I think we got her fixed. It'll work for now. That'll probably last the rest of the mower's life, but I'll probably order a couple of those fittings just to have them on hand in case that happens again. It was something I couldn't really prevent, just kind of happened. Stuff like that, when you're working in the brush, stuff happens. You just can't control it, you know. If a guy tells you that he's worked as many hours in the brush as I have with a piece of equipment, and he's never bent a side panel, broke a window, ripped a handrail off, well, he's lying. It happens. I don't care how careful you are. Demolition and brush work are probably two of the most dangerous things you can do with heavy equipment. It's the unforeseen stuff that flips up or falls down that gets you. Okay, notch him and cut him off. Come on. There we go. these off real quick. So anyways, I'm going to keep mowing. I think we got plenty for an episode. So thank you all for watching. Greatly appreciate it. And like I said, if you want to check me out on Facebook and see that panda video, go ahead and give me a friend's request. I don't mind. So I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.